Number 30 in the 88 Films Asia range is Legendary Weapons of China. This is pretty fantastic. Now I'll try and be as succinct as I can with the plot. So we have a kind of fantasy movie here where there is a group of martial arts schools which believe in supernatural powers which they kind of show at certain times, and they believe that there is a master who is impervious to the Western bullets. He's learnt how to control his body in such a fashion that he can stop them. But he's disbanded his school. He's just scattered to the wind, and now the remaining leaders from the various schools have come a-hunting, looking for this man to take him down. That's pretty much the setup. I'm actually surprised I managed to do that in a decent way. Go me. And that's all we kind of need for this movie, because this is fantastic set piece after fantastic set piece, and it's a kind of Asian movie with humour that doesn't feel forced or out of place as well, and is used sparingly, and therefore it's really well done. I loved so many sequences in this movie that just showcased the fantastic martial arts. There's a particular moment where two assassins from the various schools are looking to kill someone. Either of them doesn't know the other one's there. They end up in the attic of a room, and they discover that each other's there and decide to have this battle, but they're trying to do it in such a way that they don't alert the people below. And it's so perfectly done. As the people below theorise that there's a cat and mouse up there, they start to make cat and mouse sounds while having this awesome fight sequence, which is just terrific. It leads to a wonderful playfulness within the film that I really appreciated it. It's not hokey or over the top. It doesn't feel like it's done for laughs. It just feels like it's a creative way to confine a fight and let the natural progression of that show and how awesome it can be. I really like that. Some of the characters we meet along our way take a little bit of time before they get settled, before we realise who the main players are, which I really kind of like. There's one particular moment where there's this kind of man who's walking about who has an air and grace about him, and none of the other really assassins want to tackle or assault him, so they all try to avoid him in one way, except one moment when someone decides to tackle him, and he has the most amazing put down, which I just loved.
You've got shit all over you. Not gonna fight with you. Go wash first. Yeah.
Legendary Weapons of China really kicks into gear in the final two-thirds, where we start to get to the meat of the story. The legendary fighter, the man who can stop bullets, who left this school. Where we learn out why he left the school. It gives us a whole new kind of respect for that character as he meets people and begins to train again, trying to relearn the skills that they once had, is wonderful. You get those kind of really reaffirming moments as we watch these characters bond while making themselves better at the same time. Of course, we get plenty of action and fight sequences within this movie, and they're all delivered wonderfully well. They're varied, they have good action, they change things up a lot. Sometimes it could be multiple people fighting at the same time, and you never feel bored or tedious or as if it's something that you've seen before. They're constantly fresh, reinvigorating, eye-poppingly good, and just so much fun to watch. Yeah, I really enjoyed Legendary Weapons of China. Now, I've deliberately stayed away from a lot of the story because I think it's really fun to discover it. It's not a simple kind of movie. There is motivations. There are real characters here that are driven by consequence of their actions, which I really appreciated, and one that I would certainly recommend. It's one of my favourites. Definitely up there, my top 3-4 of the Asian collection from 88 films thus far. I had such a good time with this film. I would love to know your thoughts on this movie, whether you liked it or hated it or just thought, it's average. Let me know in the comment box below. We'll have a little conversation about this one and some of the amazing action set pieces. Also, while you're down there, hit the like button. It really helps the channel and I would love that. In the description box below, there is a link to the Patreon membership program and where you can go and buy some cool Man v Film merch, which all helps the channel immensely. More content up here if you wish to check it out. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time on Man v Film.